What is up, y'all? Welcome back to AttaGirl.
Hi, Rye.
How are you?
Doing good.
I'm actually in a really good mood this morning.
Me too. I feel good.
I can't decide if it's the coffee, but I really haven't had enough of it for it to be the coffee. So.
I've had about 3/4 of my Ghost, so mine might be.
Yeah, I was going to say that could be it. But yeah, I'm in a really good mood. I had a great weekend.
Good. I did too.
Easter was fun.
Yeah.
Your dress, by the way, loved.
Thank you.
Your whole outfit loved.
Thank you.
So
all right. My
freaking
brother
cute.
kept telling me I looked like I was wearing a blanket.
Oh my gosh, wait, I saw your story where you wrapped in the blanket. And he was like, we're dressed the same.
Yeah, he was like, we match. Look, he came in my room. He's like, look, we match. And he had a blanket wrapped around him. And
It was actually really funny.
I was like, great, yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
I'll never win with him. And he keeps me humble.
Yeah, brothers are really good at doing that.
They do.
Boys in general, honestly.
When I feel very beautiful, there's something wrong with me in his eyes.
Yep.
And he'll make sure to tell me.
That's good. You know, you can't get too high. You gotta have someone constantly humbling you.
And he always tells me, he was like, your head's already big enough, meaning like literally. Yeah. He was like, you don't need an ego too.
Oh my gosh.
Great.
Thanks. Speaking of brothers, do you know who Sketch is in this whole, what's up, brother?
Okay, so no.
Hello, brother.
Until you posted your TikTok, and then I fell down a rabbit hole. And then now it's like a trend on TikTok. Yes. I saw that.
Oh my gosh. So it started with Bulldog Man and his roommates. Mm-hmm. They were all, what's up, brother? Yeah. Tuesday. I'm like, what are they doing?
What's happening?
This has got to be, it's got to be some like YouTube that all the boys watch. Like, I don't know, sit around and watch this golf channel. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, cool. Well, then I remember hearing my teammate John kind of talk about like something like same quotes. And then the first time I ever commented on Bulldog Man's Instagram, his caption was something about Mr. Evil Beast. And I was like, oh, what do I say to this? I don't know what this is. Like,
cringe.
He's kind of weird, but I love it. Like, what? I don't know.
Yeah.
And then my brother calls me one day and is like, what's up, brother? And I'm like, wait, no.
No, this is too many people saying the same thing.
And I'm like, Connor, explain yourself. What do you mean? He's like, Riley, it's Sketch. And I'm like, oh, duh, Sketch. Sorry, my bad. I'm like, I don't know who this is. And he's like, you don't know who this is? And then my brother starts quoting. So then I text Bulldog Man. I'm like, you'll never believe what just happened. My brother calls me and is like, what's up, brother? And then all I know is you and all your roommates were doing it. My teammate John. So I'm like, hey, John, what's up, brother? And then he starts quoting it. And I'm like, oh, what is going on with the male species right now?
They can't stop.
No, like literally on our bus ride to LSU. That's all.
Constant.
Yes. What's up, brother? There's this other one where he like wins or does something and he gets off his gaming chair and snaps, like acts like he's snapping a ball and then flicks his finger, flicks off underneath. Funniest thing. So Lex and I now we're like snapping the ball and flicking each other off. Like, I mean, he's funny. He's actually.
We need something.
Yeah, we do.
We need to start doing something that people copy.
Instead of. Said the little finger, what's up, brother?
What do we do?
I don't know. Well, we're going to think on it, and don't worry, by next week.
We'll have a slogan.
Yes, and everyone's going to be using it. I can assure you of that. So, yeah, I don't know why. It's just talking about brother, and that's just in my head. Brother.
Yeah, it's in everybody's head.
Yes.
Every TikTok I see recently is ask your boyfriend or say this to your boyfriend.
And see what he does. And then they start
They
quoting,
all do it.
Tuesday. There's like special teams, special plays, special players. Yes. Oh, my gosh. But now I feel like I'm a part of it, so I kind of like it.
I don't know it. I don't know Sketch. I don't know it. I need to go do more research.
Yeah, because that's exactly what Bulldog Man said. He's like, you got to study up on it. And I was like, okay, I will. I'll be in the loop. Speaking of Bulldog Man, so he's officially my boyfriend. We addressed that last week, which is still crazy. I have gone to see him play a bunch. My mom has come with me. Mm-hmm. My mom has met his parents because I've met his parents this past weekend. I met his grandparents, his cousins, his aunt, I think his great uncle, a bunch of people.
Yeah, fam.
A coach or two, players. And it's one of those things, it's kind of funny because we didn't start dating officially until the 13th of March.
Oh, a day after my birthday.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I'm just kidding.
I know, that was all you.
Yeah, no.
Was that your birthday wish?
Yeah.
When you blew those candles out.
It was.
You said, Bulldog Man, please ask Riley to be your girlfriend.
Yeah, that's the only thing I wished for.
Wow.
I'm so selfless
I'm
like
glad
that.
you didn't say it because, you know, when people when you say what your wish is, it doesn't come true.
True.
Thank goodness you held that in.
I know. I'm such a good secret
Yeah,
keeper.
that was really sweet. Aw. So, that's what's crazy is like people who know me, like you've known me, my mom has known about him. So I think we've talked about this.
Yeah.
His first text to me ever was October 30th, 2022.
Yeah, it's wild.
Really good on my part. So that was the first text, but we did not start actually like seriously talking until I want to say the end of February maybe, and then I finally went to go see him. Anyway, so from an outsider's perspective, when you don't know all of that, you're like, holy crap, they're moving so freaking fast.
Right.
Or what? He's your boyfriend already?
Yeah, you've met him one time?
Yeah, like what's going on? And it kind of got me thinking about like the pace of relationships.
Yeah.
And I have been on now both extremes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And it can go south either way so quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I've
been on both sides too, but neither of them worked out. Like it wasn't positive either way.
Right. Which, to be honest with you, this is the first one that's been positive so far.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of crazy because it's so easy and so right and no hesitation, no anxiety, no wonder, no confusion. Like literally someone who, like I've met someone who literally eases every ounce of anxiety or any concern I have, handles it better than anyone. And I was so scared to come forward to ask questions or be like, well, who is this? What is this? Do I have to worry about this? And he eases it right then and there. And because I've had past relationships where you bring something up, it's like, well, no, you're just insecure. You're crazy. Like you need to get over that.
Yeah.
Instead of easing my anxiety and being like, oh gosh, you have nothing to worry about. I'll undo this or
and then like an explanation too.
Yes.
I've dated a lot of people who like you bring something up and it's like, why are you even worried about that?
Yes.
And it's like, who is this? Some chick I met in high school.
Yeah, like
and that's it.
And they don't tell you. Yeah, they don't. You're like, great, you really did not help at all. You actually just made things 10 times worse.
Yeah, I'm like, you've known each other for years and you're still following each other and liking every photo. Oh,
cool. You like that bikini on her? Cool, me too.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Mm-hmm. So it's just one of those things, like it does feel like it's fast, but we have been off and on, like FaceTiming, texting, Snapchatting, whatever, since October of 2022.
Yeah, almost 2 years.
Yeah. So that's why it's not, and like I said, when it's just easy and the right person.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it kind of feels right.
Yeah.
And then the opposite end of the spectrum, the kind of toxic, unhealthy relationship I was in for 2 years. Part of that 2 years was we hung out every single day.
Yeah.
Pretty much. All of quarantined with his family, everything. And he didn't ask me to be his girlfriend until a year after of us hanging out and talking and everything, and told me I earned the title of girlfriend.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
The toxic, horrible relationship I was in, it was almost 4 years. It was 3 for sure, but almost 4.
Until he asked you to be his girlfriend?
He never asked me that. Ever.
Cam!
Like, it was just, so I brought it up to him one time about, like, I don't know how long in. And he was like, yeah, I just thought that was understood. I was like, oh.
Okay, just a little note to anybody out there. I am saying this, and I do not care if you disagree. If you are talking to someone and you want them to be your girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever, you ask.
Yeah.
You make it official. You put the title on it. You have a date. You have an anniversary. You celebrate. Because why not make something crisp clear for somebody?
Oh, because I can answer that for him.
Oh, yeah, let's hear it. What's his response?
Because there was no need, because I should have, like, understood that we were together since we hung out all the time. And
it sounds like literally word for word for why
and why do we need a title? Why does it have to be so elementary? Why does he need to ask that question? It feels so elementary to him. And also I go to his family functions and he introduces me as the person he's with. So that should have been clear to me.
Duh. Like, why were you questioning him?
I'm stupid, apparently.
I was the idiot.
I was the idiot.
You idiot. Yes, no, seriously.
But you know what?
What?
That not actually having that title officially gave him the leeway to say...
To cheat.
Yeah. Say like, hey, no, I'm single. I'm not official with anybody. But to me, I was stupid for even bringing that up,
right.
Because duh, we are.
Duh. It's like, I hang out with you every day. You should know. Those were words because I was so confused. So like, well, what's going on between us? Because if we're not like, if we don't have a title, like, are
Yeah.
you seeing other people? Because I'm not.
Yeah, right.
It's more of that clarity of, are we on the same page?
Yeah.
And so he would just tell me, well, if I see you every day, like, obviously I have feelings for you.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Okay, but I kind of
That's not enough for me.
No, it's not for me. I'm
sorry.
Either.
That is not enough. So I'm just saying, everyone out there, guys, if you're listening, girls, if you're listening, girls, don't put up with it. Don't listen. Don't believe that.
No.
Because there are guys out there that are dying to make you their girlfriend.
Yeah.
They want you to have that title. They are proud that you're their girlfriend.
Yeah, they want to post you.
Yes.
Show you off.
Yes.
Make it known.
Exactly. So I just think that is total BS.
So is.
And nobody should have to just be like, okay, wait, let me talk myself through this. He did tell me because he hangs out with me every day. Oh, wait, he has reassured me that he does like me because he sees me all the time and I've met his family. No, you shouldn't have to be sitting there talking yourself up or talking yourself off a cliff because
someone can't be clear and honest and
reassure you and give you what you deserve. So that was one pace of a relationship.
Yeah. The next relationship I was in, I jumped into very quickly, and we moved very quickly because, so after that relationship, I was like, I had this guy, he was like obsessed with me.
Mm-hmm.
Thought I was like the most stunning person to ever move.
That
like,
was me.
Yeah.
Was he younger? The younger?
Yeah, he was younger.
Mine was younger too.
But I realized that was negative
Mm-hmm.
because I jumped into it because I was like, oh my God. In my head, I was like, this is what it's supposed to feel like.
Yes.
Like, this is how I'm supposed to be treated. Because he was doing, on paper, everything right.
Right.
And then I realized, like, I mean, this was, when I tell you, like, we moved fast, like, all of this was a month of my life.
Yeah.
This entire relationship.
Yeah.
And we were, like, together every day, hanging out. I was like, well, I won't talk too much crap, but, like, he didn't have a car.
So you were driving him everywhere.
I was driving him everywhere he wanted
Uber.
to go. I was his Uber.
Did he?
I was paying for
I was
everything.
gonna say, yeah.
I was paying for everything. But, like, I ignored all that because I was like, he's so nice to me and he's proud of me and he, like, shows me off and he's, like, obsessed with me. Because it was two different extremes.
Yes. And that's quite literally, like, exactly how my next one was.
Yeah.
With the younger guy that I dated. And we jumped in so fast, families meeting families, being head over heels, saying I love you, like, really fast.
Yes.
And then when he was playing summer ball, I went to go visit and then come home and then he texted me to break up with me. And it was one of those things where it was moving so fast. We didn't take that time to actually build, like, a genuine, deep connection and be best friends. It was more of like this is fun. This is giddy. Oh my gosh. Yay. Blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't. And that's why this relationship I'm in now with Bulldog Man, I was so terrified because I'm like, oh gosh, so last time we moved this fast and I felt these feelings.
Yes.
And I expressed that. I'm like, what if you wake up one day and you don't care about me anymore?
Oh crap, we moved too fast. I'm freaked out.
Which is, and what if exactly what happened last time happens again?
Yeah.
And he just keeps reassuring me how he's like, nope, I'm pretty darn sure about you. Like, that's not happening. Like, that's not going to happen. So that's why he's allowed me to let my walls down and keep letting it grow. And even though it might to the outside be moving fast, it's like the perfect pace for us.
I think if you genuinely, like, have that connection and you're very sure about each other and it's not like you can, like, take a step back from your own, like, from yourself and, like, look at it without the infatuation or the, like, honeymoon and the lovey-dovey, like, all that stuff. If you can take the love goggles off for a minute and, like, assess the situation, like, not even have to talk yourself into it, but, like, just be rational and logical.
Yes.
Then I think you're in a good spot. You can seriously say, like, no, like, we connect well here.
Yes.
We have the same morals here.
And we complement each other very well. We, it's not, it's really, it has been based on our feelings and how we've taken the time to get to know each other and have hard conversations and speak our minds. One thing that I really appreciate about him, and he's been like this from the get-go, which originally pissed me off. If I left him on open while he was out with his guy friends, he'd be like, why'd you leave me on open? I'm like, well, enjoy time with your friends. Like, don't talk to me while you're out. Like, have fun. And he's like, no, but, like, I want to talk to you while you're out. Or if I left him on open doing something, well, why'd you leave me on open? I'm like, it's none of your business. But I love it.
Yeah.
I never wonder what he's thinking. He's always so honest and open. And so then it allows me to be that way.
He's a great communicator.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. And I think that's why because I'm able to trust.
I think it's, I think it's hard to get in that headspace and, like, realize that that's actually a green flag after
Yes.
you've been in such toxic situations.
Yes.
Because
He over communicates.
yeah.
And it's amazing. I would not want it any other way. And that's why it moves faster, because the trust is there to be able to keep moving forward. Because when things take forever, it's because these walls are built up. You're having to break them down, and then they go back up because it's like, well, now it's another, 2 months into this and we're not dating. So my walls are back up. It's just like a constant, song, it's 3 steps or 1 step forward, 3 steps back.
Yes. Oh my God.
That song to a T has been a lot of my past relationships. So
me too.
I also encourage people not to worry about the pace of it. Like, just feel it out and don't worry about judgment.
Yeah, that's what I was like getting at too, with the taking a step back. If you can genuinely answer your own questions with yes, like I really feel this way without love goggles, then who cares?
Who cares?
If it's been 3 weeks, 3 months, whatever.
Yeah. And
it doesn't matter.
And I will say, like, maybe going back to ours, they were a really long time before, and you never even you didn't earn your title.
Oh, apparently I did long ago, and I just didn't know.
It's one of those things. I have mixed emotions because, like we were saying, just follow your feelings, follow your heart. And so, like, for some people that might take longer, but I'm also like, if it takes you that long, is it your person? How does it take you that long to be sure about somebody?
I've realized that too. It doesn't. It shouldn't. Like, even dating now, like, this guy, I hung out with him for like a month, and I was very sure about him. He was still confused. I left the situation. I was like, you know what? If you still don't know, like, it wasn't even that he didn't know if he wanted to, like, be my boyfriend. Like, it wasn't even that serious. It was like, just if he wanted to, continue seeing me in general. He was confused about. And I was like, oh, well, then I'm good. If you're confused about that, then I don't want any
You
part of
deserve
this.
someone who is 100% sure about you.
100%, yeah.
And I think, and I was telling him last night or even this morning how much he's changed my perspective on life just in general with dating, because I was putting up with so much and begging for people to want me.
Yeah, me too.
And it's hard not to, because we're fixers, we're hopeless romantics, we're doers. Like, we just pour so much into it.
And I think that we're, like, just confident in what we bring to the table.
Yes.
And so and not in even, like, an egotistical way, we just, like, want them to see, like, oh, no, like, I'd be great. I promise.
Yes.
Like, let me prove to you, like, what I can bring to the table and show you and make you happy with.
Yes, that has been something I have struggled with so much. Is like like we've talked about. It's not that we're upset that we're broken up or whatever. It's more of like, you're so disappointed they don't see all the amazing things that you have to offer. It's like, no, like, I could give you so much. Like, how do you not see that?
Yeah, I know. It's just when it's not your person though, then it doesn't matter what you can bring to the table.
Right. And
it really doesn't.
My mom and I have talked about this because I'm like, now I get all of the times why you were like,
yeah, you're good. Don't even worry about that one.
That's not it. That's not it.
Yeah.
And why she's been so like, I really think you should take the time to get to know this guy. I really think you should go see him. I think you should make an effort, because she knew all the qualities and the right things the right guy should do and would do for you. And I think now looking back, I'm like, oh my gosh, I was literally seeing a guy maybe once every few weeks.
Yeah.
For maybe like 2 hours, and then being like, I bet we're going to date.
Yeah.
And he's going to be the one. No.
Yeah. I know.
He Snapchats me every day. Woo.
Oh, I received the yellow heart with someone on Snapchat the other day, and I had to, like, take my mind out of it. I was like, oh my God, he talks to me the most.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Why do we do that?
Like, I was like, I acted like he asked me to marry him.
Yes.
Because we had the yellow heart.
I'm like, yeah, he talks to me more than he talks to all the other girls he talks to. Thank goodness. No, you should be the only girl he's talking to.
Yeah. My voice is leaving me for some reason. This is great. Podcaster material.
Hey, my name is Whispering. But
I've been sick.
Yeah, and your allergies hurt.
It's a whole
I
thing.
mean, there's a lot of pollen out there. My Jeep is parked in the driveway at home, and it's just yellow. I'm like, cute color.
Yeah, you look great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't think we should. There's no time frame, I don't think.
No, I don't.
There's no set in stone timeline to follow.
And there should be no judgment on someone else's time frame.
No.
And I think that's one thing that does bother me, is how people can be so judgmental over, like, worry about yourself, worry about your relationship,
Totally
and just
agree.
be happy that someone else is happy.
Totally agree.
So For all you out there who are dating or not dating, make sure if you're with somebody and you've been with somebody for a while, that title should be soon. But if they're not sure about you.
Yeah, if they're confused, if they want to see you, if they're not, making the effort.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, you're good. You're better off.
You're better off on your own, seriously.
Yeah, there's no stress.
No.
I feel like I keep making jokes. Like, I have, 4 boyfriends right now. I don't. I was joking. But, just, dating and, seeing where things go and, talking and getting to know people and, leaving situations when they don't serve me.
Yes.
It's, first of all, empowering.
Yeah.
Because.
Yes, and you gain confidence through it.
Yes, you're because when I actually make a good decision for myself, and I'm genuinely oh, you know what?
That was good. I was
strong. I killed that.
Yes.
Yeah, you do gain confidence into the next one, the next one. They're all stepping stones until you meet your person.
Absolutely. So.
Speaking of dating advice, though, last week we had a question
about sliding into the DMs.
Yes.
Hopefully you did that.
Yes. I need an update, seriously. But we asked you guys to keep sending questions, and someone did, and I'm so excited.
This is really exciting.
So he says that he came across our podcast, definitely found it interesting. I need help dating, and it seems like we all have good advice.
Uh-huh.
And I said, what's the questions you got?
Mm-hmm.
So his question is, how important is social media to a lady that is looking to date a guy? Should a guy have a big social media presence? I've heard some people use their Instagrams almost like a dating profile. Thoughts?
I have a lot of thoughts on this.
I do too.
Okay, so this guy I talked to last year, not proud of it. Anyways, he had 3,000 followers, but followed 6,000 people.
Ugh.
And if you went through it, it was all females.
Right.
Okay. Well, when I met him, and then I think it was 3 weeks that we had been talking, he had followed 150 new girls since we started talking.
Yeah.
Which I know, psychotic of me to check that, but also when you're following 6,000 females, I have a right to check that.
I agree.
That's odd. You're following double the following you have, and they're all women.
Right.
And then anytime you traveled to a new place, women in that place.
Yeah.
Athletes at that school. And I'm like, For me, I don't care what your past is before you meet me. So that's another hard thing too, is before you meet someone, it's hard to say oh, I don't like his social media because, well, he hasn't met you. He doesn't, or you haven't met him. He doesn't know you, because if I'm being honest, Bulldog Man has admitted that he used to, and I even called him out for it. I was like, well, before things got a little more serious, you were that person who, when you saw pictures, it said liked by him.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a no for me. If you are liking every female out there and her photos,
I agree.
On campus, if every girl at Alabama has liked by you under it, I will not give you the time of day.
I agree.
So it's more, you just have to be respectful.
Yeah, I think that's where the social media stuff comes into play. He says social media presence, and I think he means followers or whatever. Doesn't matter.
Oh gosh, I do not care at all about that. Absolutely not.
No. Honestly, it's kind of it doesn't matter either way. But when I hear a guy who's like, oh yeah, I don't do social media, I'm like, oh really?
Yeah, it's attractive.
Yeah, I'm like, oh what? Because my ex used to do the same thing. Everything I would scroll through, liked by so-and-so, liked by so-and-so.
Yes.
It's oh, I hate this. It was embarrassing. Because I'm because think about it. When we're women.
Yeah.
When,
yes, I know where you're going with this.
When a married man likes my photo, or, a guy who's been dating a girl forever and I know that, I'm like, oh, what the hell?
Yes.
I notice it. I'm like,
yes.
Oh, shit. I screenshot it and send it to my friends.
Yes.
We talk about it.
Yes.
Do you think they're not doing that about your boyfriend?
Right.
They always are.
That's embarrassing. Yes.
It's horrible.
Yes.
Because why are you liking it?
Why? Because, and my mom has always said this, how dumb people can be, not just guys, but people. With social media, you can view everything at all times. Why do you have to like it? You are stamping that you saw that so that totally everyone else can see. Go look, whatever. I don't know what you're looking at, but when you like it or you follow it, that is set in stone for people to see.
I agree. It's so public. Everything's so public. Why? That's my ex. I couldn't understand. He was literally liking
yes,
porn pictures.
Yes.
I'll just say it.
Yeah.
Literally. And I'm like, why?
I can see that. And that is so, it's just.
And even the accounts he was following would be these weird usenames and
nasty,
you know what I mean?
Yes,
Gross stuff.
yes.
And I'm like, why?
And for me, it's also a respect thing. Like, I'm never going to be, and I've told him this, I'm never going to be that person that's like, unfollow so-and-so, unfollow so-and-so.
Yeah, no.
I will never be that way. It's a respect thing out of me. And my view on it is if there is somebody he comes to me about and he's like, hey, blah, this kind of, I care more about him and how he feels than who I follow.
Yeah.
Like, I will unfollow in a heartbeat if that means you feel bad about something.
I have a little, like, it just depends on the situation for me. Like, I think sometimes, not what you're explaining, but sometimes that can be a little, like, overbearing.
I know what you mean.
Like, my ex would follow whoever he wanted, and then I would like my high school best friend in the whole world, like, brother. Yeah. Basically. I would like his photo of him and his girlfriend. Yeah. Like, literally. Yeah. And he'd be like, oh, I see you like your new boyfriend's post and all this stuff. Like, he would get mad about it.
Double standard. Love that.
Literally. And I'm like, really? Like,
yeah.
It's him and his girlfriend. Like, I'm happy they're dating. Like, they're so lovely. Mm-hmm. Like, I love him. I've known him since I was genuinely 4 years old. Yeah. Like, okay. So, it's a double-edged sword, unfortunately, but I think it's just respect. There's a difference.
Yeah, and I don't know. And now, like, he'll purposely not, like, he still follows a lot of the girls he was following before he met me. Yeah. But he'll purposely not like their photos or like bikini photos because, like, I am one of these girls. I do think it's disrespectful when you have a girlfriend and you're going out. And another thing I saw on TikTok one time is if you wouldn't go up to a girl on the beach holding my hand, being like, I love your swimsuit. I love how you look great in this. I like this. If you wouldn't do that in person holding my hand, you shouldn't do it on social media.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Stamp of approval is a like.
Yes. So that's kind of the whole social media thing is I don't care how many followers you have. Oh my goodness. Like that is not, that is, and if a girl does care about that, that is not a good girl in my opinion. That is someone who's chasing the bag, chasing the player, whatever. Fame, whatever it is. She's chasing the wrong thing.
Totally agree.
So keep doing you and be authentic. I would say be authentic. Be yourself with your social media. Don't try to pose. Yeah. And don't overthink it.
Yeah. Honestly, my favorite people to come across are ones who like. Okay, this is like an ick for me, and it's not an actual ick. Yeah. But like, just, let's say dating profiles. Like, if your whole dating profile is like a Snapchat filter selfie, and I know that goes for girls too. Guys say the same thing about girls. Yes. Fine. If it's just like you with that like filter that makes you like pink and blue, you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about. I can see it right now.
No, literally, if it's just that and you're like in the car and you're like, you know, whatever, I'm swiping left. Bye. And then a guy who you can tell he had to like go through his mom's Facebook to find photos of him to put on his dating profile. Love you. Yes. I love you.
Yes, that is cute.
I love it.
Yes.
And it doesn't really mean much, truly, at the end of the day. But it does.
Yeah, it does. You've got all this, no. Yeah. But yeah, thanks for asking the question. Please keep asking more and more questions, but don't worry about your social media in terms of like what it looks like. Although if you are following like thousands and thousands and thousands of girls,
like Instagram model type
just
girls.
Like I will agree, when I was dating my toxic ex, we did a rebranding of my Instagram. Oh. At the time I was like, oh my gosh, you're so right. I need to rebrand my Instagram. I didn't quite understand what it was, but it was saying how me following lots of guys on the football team, even if I was friends with them, lots of those guys, lots of baseball guys, lots of whatever, it makes you look a certain type of way. I wholeheartedly agree. Like, I'd never want to be that girl where it's like you go to my profile and you look and you're like, oh, she follows all these athletes, singers, whatever. No. If I don't know you, I'm not really going to follow you. Like, if I haven't met you, I'm not going to follow you. So just kind of keep that in mind too, like how it might look, even if you're not like a bad guy. When you follow all these things, it just isn't the cutest look. It's kind of like, oh, so he's just into all of these girls. He's not really into me.
Yeah. Because it like you can tell.
You can tell. And it doesn't, like, as a female, like when you're following all these like models or like all these other girls,
it's not very,
it doesn't make me feel good. I'm like, great, so that's what he gets to look at. Okay, cool, all these models.
That's what he literally likes.
That's what he likes. And I don't look like that, so great. Makes me feel really good about myself. Yeah. So that's kind of, I guess, our whole thoughts on social media. But keep asking us these questions because we love answering them.
Yeah, they're so fun.
Yeah, we've got lots of advice to give, good or bad. We got it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But I hope everyone has a fabulous week. We love y'all.
Yes, love you.
Bye.
Bye.